Assalamualaikum and good day to Miss Moniza. Today, our group will be presenting Chapter 5, which is about typologies of tourist behavior. I will start the presentation with the introduction. The second presenter, which is Nisha, will explain about typologies of tourist behavior. The third presenter, Aina, will explain about market segmentation, and the last presenter, Nazmin, will present about the recommendation, conclusion, and article review. So, what is meant by typology? Typology is a term used to make a classification of certain general type. In simple words, typology is a study of the categories or classification of tourist behavior. The most fundamental debate is about the term tourists and travelers. Shapley, 1994, indicated that tourists are someone who buys a tour operator's package, while the traveler is the one who makes their vacation arrangements. Many types of tourists have different destination expectations. Tourist typologies are descriptors of distinctive forms of tourist consumer behavior. They reflect different motivations, interests, and styles of travel on the part of tourists. The majority of typologies attempt to group tourists based on their preferences in terms of destinations, activities while on holiday, independent travel versus package holidays. The purpose of these typologies is to divide the tourists into the different groups to find out what the specific tourists want. Many researchers start to debate and come out with their categories and classification of tourists. There are 6 main typologies in tourist behavior, which is Cohen, 1972, Block, 1977, Peralt and Dorton, 1979, Cohen, 1979, Westblums, 1986, and Smith, 1989. It is essential to know people's travel motivations, and its association with destination selection plays a critical role in predicting future travel patterns. So that's all from me. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter, which is Nisha. She will explain about typologies of tourist behavior.
Assalamualaikum and good day to Miss Moniza. I am the second presenter. My name is Shahirani Shanabila binti Muhammad Shahri. For my part, I will present to you about the tourist typologies. To start off my presentation, I would like to ask you, have you ever wondered what is the final term of tourist typologies? Well, tourist typologies is the group of tourist behavior. Just like the word tourism, no one has ever found the final definition of tourism. There are a lot of definitions and meanings that is given by a lot of people. Same goes to the group of tourists. The first typologist is by Cohen in the year 1972. Cohen is an influential sociologist, has identified 4 types of behavior. Those 4 groups of behavior are called the organized mass tourist, second, the individual mass tourist, third, the explorer, and fourth, the drifter. The second person who gave the typologies is Block in the year 1977. Block divided into 2 groups, which is psychocentric and allocentric. As we know, psychocentric is more formal, while allocentric is more to the adventurous side. Now back to Cohen. 5 years later, after the first typology that he gave, a lot of criticism was given to him. Later, he categorized the group of tourists by 5 categories. Those groups are called the recreational tourists, the experiential tourists, the experimental tourists, the diversionary tourists, and the existential tourists. On the same year, Peralt, Dorden, and Dorden has conducted 200 surveys to any households. By those surveys, they have produced 5 types of tourist behavior. Those group of tourists are called budget travelers, adventurous tourists, homebody tourists, vacationers, and moderates. In the year 1986, Westblom's economist Bureau has conducted a survey of 3,000 Belgians and has produced 7 types of typologies. Those 7 groups are called active sea lovers, contact-minded holidaymakers, nature viewers, discoverers, family-oriented sun and sea lovers, and also the traditionalists. In the year 1989, Dallin has produced a Norwegian survey consists of 3,000 individuals and has produced 4 types of typologies. Those groups are modern materialists, modern idealists, traditional idealists, and traditional materialists. Next, in the same year, in year 1986, the Gallup and American Express has conducted 6,500 surveys that consist of the United States of America, United Kingdom, the West Germany, and Japan. The survey conducted has produced 5 types of tourist behavior. Those group of people are called adventure, worries, indulgers, dreamers, and economizer. While Smith on the same year has produced with 7 types of tourist behavior, which are the explorer, the offbeat, the elite, the unusual, the incipient mass tourist, and also the charter tourist. In the year 2002, located in United Kingdom, Yuri has produced and idealized the term post-tourist. The post-tourists are also called as the postmodern age. This group of people are very conscious about what outsiders think of them. They want people to think of them as the tourists, as the travelers, not as the local people. The next typology is by Wood and House in the year 1991. They have divided tourists into 2 types of approach, which is the moralistic approach and the judgmental approach. They both believe that everyone who travels needs to behave and practice good manners towards the environment and to the host community. The last but not least is Wiggins in the year 1994. In her research, she studied a lot in the Cohen's typologies in the year 1972 and has produced 5 types of travel behaviors. Those type of tourists are called, first, the cultural heritage tourists. Second, the ravers, the ones who enjoy the nightlife. The third one is Shirley Valentines. Shirley Valentines are those people who was hoping to find romance. The fourth one is the heliolatris. Heliolatris are the people who enjoys sunbathing and enjoys to be tan. And last but not least is the Lord Byrons. Lord Byrons are the people who keep on repeating visiting the country. That is all for my presentation. I will pass the presentation to the third presenter, which is Aina.
Good day everyone, my name is Aina Afrina. I would like to say thank you to Misha for the explanation of typologies of tourist behavior. I shall continue with topic with the market segmentation part. First, I will be explaining about marketing applications of typologies. As you can see, typologies can contribute to decision over product development, price, and also distribution. I would like to take budget travelers, for example. According to Pirol and Dodder's budget traveler, they need to be told that their prospective holiday package represents good value for money. Blog also stated that Allocentric needs to have adventurous aspects of a product highlighted for their tourist visit. I'm presenting you the 5 classic segmentation criteria and their application in the hospitality and tourism industry. The first one is geographical segmentation. Next is socioeconomic segmentation, and the list goes on with behavioristic segmentation, demographic segmentation, and the last one, which is psychographic segmentation. First of all, I will be explaining about the geographical segmentation first. As you can see, this market of group categorized based on their geographical factors. I will take Taj Mahal as one of the example because as you can see clearly that the place is said to have the international catchment area. People who are from urban or city areas will have the tendency to visit rural areas, seek leisure from that place. Those who come from the cool climates area will have to choose warm climate areas as their tourism destination, and also other way rounds. Next is socioeconomic segmentation. This kind of market group is categorized based on their socio-economic variables. It can also be said that it's a combination of social interaction activities with economic sectors. It is a segmentation that approaches how the society is involved and affects the economy as a buyer or seller. For example, occupation. As for behavioristic segmentation, the market group is categorized based on their relationship with a particular product. There are 6 forms of behavioristic segmentation, which are user status, purchase occasion, loyalty to the product, benefit source, attitude to the product, and the last one is readiness stage, I'm purchaser. Demographic segmentation is categorized based on demographic. The market group is categorized based on factors of age, gender, religion, language, race, and nationality. Gender plays a big factor, as it can be said that women tend to enjoy spa and wellness activity, while men prefer adventurous activity instead. According to Swabrook 1994, there are 8 stages in family life cycle, which are children, teenagers, young adults, young couple with babies, growing families, empty nester, and elderly. Children need stimulation and other children to play with, and also parental guidance and support. Teenagers prefer new experience, excitement, status, and more independence from their parents. They like to discover more opportunities for active participation and social interaction with other young adults. As for young adults, they like new experience, freedom of action, opportunities for active participation, and also social interaction with other teenagers. As for young couples, they have the tendency for new experience and also romance. Young couple with babies prefer facilities for babies, economy, and ease of access of pushchairs and prams. As for growing families, they like something economy, like family ticket or something for all family to do. As for empty nesters, they like to have a chance to learn something new and passive rather than active participant most of the time. As for elderly, they like to watch rather than doing. The economy and company of other older people with easy accessibility for people with mobility problems. The last one will be the psychographic segmentation, which the market group categorized based on the idea of their lifestyle, attitude, opinions, and personality of people that determine their behavior as consumer. Okay, for example, adventurous people and those who seek thrills will be the target market for bungee jumping and skydiving activities. And for extrovert and outgoing people will prefer sun, sea, and sex tourism. There are also new approaches to typologies and segmentation. Some of them are stopping to travel anywhere altogether, still travel but avoid certain transport, and still travel but avoid certain destination. After a terrorist attack, they decide to visit destinations that are attacked because of the belief that terrorists will never strike twice in the same place. Plus, after a terrorist attack, they decide to visit the destination because in the immediate post-attack period, prices will be low. I will pass it into Nazmin on the article review and also conclusion. Thank you, that's all from me. Have a nice day and stay safe.
Thank you, Aina. Hello, my name is Nazmin Fatima and I am the last presenter of this group. My task is to conclude everything that has been shared previously by my teammate and also reviewing an article. It is true that typology is a very important tool for tourism planning as it progresses the understanding of its structural impact, the extent and the intensity of tourism growth. Also, it contributes to the rational planning progress and the implementation of an efficient tourism policy. The availability of data is a very important factor in all attempts to establish a typology. The data availability factor is important to develop an accurate, rational, logical and detailed typology. Constantly, there is a lack of data in many factors of the tourist system or their availability is on scales that doesn't match together. In such situations, the study should be changed so that the typology needed to be created effectively. In conclusion, typologies are a very powerful components in tourism planning progress and in formulating and achieving sustainable development targets and objectives. In creating a typology for tourism planning purposes, the skill required and the available data should be taken into account. Methodology and technological methods that are going to be utilized are also part of the crucial factors because the typology produced to be comprehensively and precise enough is necessary in any situation. Move on next to the article review. This research-based article by Letpon Parasaku is about an analysis of Thai host perceptions on Chinese tourists. The objective of the study is to examine how the Thai hosts consisting of 401 respondents working in the hospitality industry such as the hotel staff, tour guides and others perceive the behaviors of the Chinese tourists. The behavior studies were identified by analyzing bulletins, discussion boards, reviews and comments on online media. According to Parasaku, 19 behaviors of the Chinese tourists were perceived by the Thai hosts as frequent and annoying, which are talking loudly in public, making noise, eating in a restaurant, rushing into a place or vehicle chaotically, bumping into others in a crowd, spilling food on the table, cutting a queue, allowing children to run around and disturbing others, smoking in a non-smoking area, littering carelessly, etc. The research tool used while doing the research was a questionnaire, which consisted of two parts, which are part 1 comprised an close-ended question on the respondents' demographics profile, and part 2 in which described the frequency of the perception of 43 behaviors and the degree of annoyance toward each of the 43 behaviors. The evaluation was made based on a ordinal 4 scale: 1. Not at all annoying, 2. Mildly annoying, 3. Rather annoying, and 4. Very annoying. Out of the 43 behaviors, 2 behaviors were perceived as very annoying, which are talking loudly in public and making noise while eating in the restaurant. In the last part of the article, Parasaku gives some ideas on how to deal with frequent and annoying behaviors by supporting the effort of the Chinese government in raising their awareness of being civilized tourists. As for the overall article, the article was written for the public, and Parasaku has developed the article well by supporting his arguments with sufficient and current research. His writing flow is also good and easy to follow by the readers, and the language used in this article is a simple language that is both clear, factual, and also technical jargon. The article is also useful for other researchers or just for anyone, as it provides clear insights into the analysis of Thai hosts, perceptions of Chinese tourist behavior. That's all from me. Thank you.